Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, Danvat
Hare
pranams.
Krishna, Dandavat प्रणाम।
Next.
हाँ, शुरू करें फिर। स्विच ऑफ करूँ इसको।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna. So who will sing Nana Shastra? Prayers to the Shatya Goswami. Who can sing? I'm waiting. So we have so far.
प्रभु देखकर पढ़ना है ना?
देख के पढ़ना। हाँ, मैं वो वाली क्विज नहीं ले रहा। Quiz will be after this. So I hope this is a good idea to keep people on board.
I can try.
So I hope we don't have enough devotees today, or they'll come gradually, right?
They will come gradually, Prabhu. Yes.
You start. In the meantime, I'll just bring some water.
प्रभु ने किनको बोला रिपीट करने मतलब पढ़ने के लिए? मैंने सुना नहीं।
आप ही को बोला है कि हाँ देख के पढ़ना है, पढ़िए।
अच्छा, मुझे बोला। ओके ओके, थैंक यू शोभा माता जी।
I told anybody can volunteer.
ठीक है प्रभु जी, फिर कोई और पढ़ना चाहता है तो पढ़ ले भले। कृतिका माता जी।
Quickly.
ओके प्रभु, मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ।
अच्छा नहीं, no, we have Kashish.
Yes,
Mataji.
माता जी, you can go ahead.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। कोई मिस्टेक हो तो बताया प्रभु। आई एम ट्राइंग। नाना शास्त्र विचारणे काले निपुणा षड्धर्म संस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मानौ शरण्यकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजानन्दै मतालिकौ वन्दे रूप सनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ।
Good. Can you read the meaning?
Yes, Prabhuji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhattas Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So I'm seeing the new faces first time. Is it Sagar Khatrani? You're coming for the very first class today? This Sagar and Ishwar Asudani. Is it your first class?
Yes, Prabhu, we are from starting, but we don't attend the classes.
Sorry, come again. Sorry, you're starting. Come again. Could you say again?
Sorry, Prabhu. Someone else please read, then we can.
Okay. Better keep yourself muted. Okay.
And Prabhu, I was present in past classes, but I'm
Okay.
not able in video, so इसलिए. So that's what I don't see.
ठीक है. Okay. Let us start. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if devotees, they don't have any problem, if they can turn their videos on, I think there are a good number of devotees, they are switched off, turn off with the videos. Okay, so can we have a quiz now? What do you say?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So my first question is, who has read all the preface, introduction, chapter 1, 2, and 3? Now raise your hand. Who has read all the chapters? First, second, third, preface, and introduction. Roshni. Yes. Who else? I think in the orientation class you must be told. Purva Swadhyaya. Anytime when you come for the class, you have to come prepared, because we are going to cover so many verses, chapters, pages, particularly in active devotion. So we can't complete those tasks until you come prepared. So now you can see Samar for the very first time. And how many of you have read preface and introduction? Preface and introduction, two things. Let me see my audience. Okay. Phew. What should we do? Okay. Diary manayo sir. Oh. Ho. Now, so there are three devotees. They have read preface and introduction only, right? Two devotees, in fact. Okay. Let me think. What should we do now? What do you suggest? What should I do?
Prabhuji, I read chapter 1, 2, 3 only.
It's okay. Okay. Mehek Mulani Madari, you want to say something? Okay. Okay. Let us do one thing. Let me revise for your benefit the entire preface, introduction, chapter 1, 2, and possibly will not touch chapter 3. So from the scratch, we can do a thorough revision, and thereafter we can take it forward from the chapter 3. So in the preface part, the history of nectar devotion has been described. How Srila Rupa Goswami was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prayag for 10 days. And thereafter he elaborated the nectar devotion, those teachings which he got from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is a description of two rasas, mundane rasa. Now, everyone must have pen and this so-called, which is called diary. Even I have that one. I prepare and make notes. So do you have pen and paper? So let us revise. What is mundane rasa? The nature of mundane rasa?
Serving the material cost.
Nature of mundane rasa. Anybody else?
It is temporary.
Temporary?
Material enjoyment.
It gives material distress too. Yeah.
Okay, raise your hand first.
Taste
Chapal
of
sukha.
material world.
It has to end.
Okay, chapal sukha. It is flickering and temporary. So bhoga tyag. One wants to enjoy, and after some enjoyment, he gets fed up with the enjoyment. He wants to leave that. So Prabhupada gives example of a businessman working whole day Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday on the weekend days, he wants vacation, relief from the work. So this is the nature of material work. This is mundane rasa. Flickering means temporary, basically, and material. In contrast, the bhakti rasa is how? Bhakti rasa is what? One goes on increasing his happiness or his experience of relishing the rasa, and it never ends. It's unlimited. It's spiritual. Rasa means mellow, kind of a juice, Prabhupada says. So nectar of devotional service. So that is the main theme of this book, experiencing the mellow or rasa or bhakti rasa primarily. This has been described in preface. Let me go through so I can also. Okay. Just a minute. Let me just see my notes, and sequentially I can go forward then. Okay. So Bhakti Rasa is there. And in the introduction, what do you have? Let me see. You have the definition of pure devotional service. And the very famous verse, and that is the Paribhasa Sutra for this entire book. The book is based on this thematic presentation of pure devotional service. What is first-class devotional service? So far, we discussed Bhakti Rasa and Mundane Rasa. Now, let us come to the introduction. The first-class definition of pure devotional service. Can somebody recite the verse, Anyabhilashita?
Anyabhilashita shanyam jnana karmadhyanavitam anukulyena krishnanu bhakti uttama.
Now you must tell me the meaning as well.
Exactly मुझे नहीं याद, but क्योंकि मैंने ये recite किया है, मुझे याद थी words. Translation exactly पूरी word to word नहीं याद मुझे. I'm sorry.
Good. Okay. This verse has two lakshanam, lakshanam, how do you say, symptoms, characteristics. Swarup lakshan and tathastha lakshan. So we are going sequentially. Bhakti ras, mundane ras, then the definition of pure devotional service, which is Paribhasa Sutra. I would request everyone to write it down, everything, Bhakti ras, mundane ras, then the definition of pure devotional service. Though I cannot cover all the classes, but I'm just touching the essential topics of the prominent thing from the introduction and the chapter 1 and 2. Sarupa Lakshan of this first class devotion. Can somebody read the meaning of it from the translation? By looking at it, reading from the book, module. I think it is in the module. So Komal Mataji, there are two Komals, I guess, right? Right? Komal Kundanani Mataji, your hand is raised up.
Hare Krishna.
When first-class devotional service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy and fruitive action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires.
Okay, my video was off. Okay. So this definition has two characteristics, Swarupa Lakshan and Tathastha Lakshan. Primary characteristics, there are three, and there are three marginal characteristics. Primary characteristics means these are foundational qualities that we find in the verse for the definition of pure devotional service. What is Uttama Bhakti, first class devotional service? Who can tell the three primary characteristics of this verse? Not Krishna Priya Mataji. Komal Mataji, would you try? Other Komal? I think you're for the second time, right? You were there in the Bhakti Sastri previously also.
Devi Sadhana Bhakti, Vedi Bhakti.
No, Komal Mataji will try. Komal Mataji will try. What are the three characteristics of Uttama Bhakti? You know? We can't hear you. Okay, Kashish Mataji, you can try then.
Sadhana Bhakti, Vedi Bhakti, and Raghunath Bhakti.
I'm just simply listening and smiling. Okay, good. Write the three characteristics of, or the Swarupa Lakshan of first class devotion service. The definition, the foundational qualities.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Okay, the foundational features of first class devotional service. First, Anukulena. It should be favorable towards Krishna. And intent has to be favorable. Though we discuss about intent and action, action may be displeasing to Krishna, but the intent should be loving.
Yes, Anukulena, Anusilanam.
Okay. Okay, good. So Anukulena, the intent to please Krishna has to be there. If you don't remember anything this is only my verdict, not to be like publicly promoted. If you don't remember anything in NoD classes, I would still appreciate if you can just remember these 3-4 things. Intent to remember Krishna. Please Krishna, rather. Intent to please Krishna. This is definition of pure devotion service. And perhaps you can write on the wall where intent to please Krishna. That is bhakti. And one who does that, intent to please Krishna more and more, he will advance more in bhakti. So Anukulena, intention is to please Krishna. Second, bhakti is dedicated to Krishna. And Krishna here means 3 things. Krishna, Krishna's personal expansions, and Krishna's pure devotees. If you are serving pure devotee of Krishna, thinking he's a devotee of Krishna, it is included in pure devotion service. Third thing is Anushilanam. We have discussed Anukulam. Second characteristic is Krishna. And third is Anushilanam. Anu has 2 meanings, following and constant. Bhakti should be constant, without interruption. Not that you do bhakti today and tomorrow you leave bhakti, practice of bhakti. It's a constant, regular offering of service to Krishna. Not random, not on a frequent basis. It has to be regular. Now, Anushilanam. Bhakti means cultivation. Cultivation means activity. Prabhupada says, without activity, consciousness cannot alone help us. So there's one pastime. One disciple of Prabhupada, he told Prabhupada, I don't like to be with devotees in the management. I can't get along. So let me just stand 64 rounds or maybe more. So I'll just stand, say, certain number of rounds, 64, 128 rounds. And that's how I'll execute bhakti. So devotees, and Prabhupada tried to, convince him, no, you should engage in some devotion service, some practical, tolerate devotees. But he was very adamant, stubborn. So he left the association of devotees during Prabhupada's time. And he was seen by the devotees in Mayapur, nearby he was sitting on a tree and chanting his rounds. And he was seen for a few days, and thereafter he was never seen. So bhakti means, cultivation means activity. There has to be regular activity, practical service. Not that I can just chant, hold down, or in my consciousness, I can just remember Krishna. So, Anushilanam. So 3 things we have discussed. Anukulena, intention is to please Krishna, and it should be directed towards Krishna, his personal expansions, Lord Rama, Vara, Nrsingadev, and it should be the third thing, Krishna's devotee. Anushilana means the bhakti is followed by following the previous acharyas. Parampara. Anushilanam. Anu means following. Second is constant activity. So bhakti is constant activity and it is following the parampara system basically. And the marginal characteristics of bhakti. Anya abhilashita shunyam. Abhilash means desires. Abhilashita means motives. One may have desires, personal desires, but the motive is to serve Krishna. That is counted amongst pure devotional service. Anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. These are the marginal tathastha characteristics of pure devotional service. So one may have personal desires because of his surrounding, his conditioning, his association, but his motive, just for example, somebody may be just praying for his exams, to get through in the exams. These are personal desires. But the motive is to serve Krishna, abhilashita. Then it is counted amongst the pure devotion service. Just like one may be praying to Krishna for health. This is personal desire. Krishna is not there. I want to pray to Krishna for my health, for protection of my health and other bodily diseases. So this may be counted as personal desire. This is a personal desire, but the motive is, with the healthy body, the motive is to serve Krishna. It is counted as pure devotional service. So abhilash means desires. Abhilashita. This word has used abhilashita, not abhilash. Abhilashita shunyam. All other motives zero, not desire zero. Desires cannot be zero. We cannot be desireless, right? A soul, being a soul, has to be active. There has to have some desires. So the verse clearly says other motives have to be zero. There shouldn't be any materialistic motive or material motive, but personal desires can be there. The desires for self-preservation. I would like to protect my body, keep my body healthy, is counted amongst the definition of pure devotion service. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Anavritam means covered, uncovered, covering. So bhakti should not be covered by jnana and karma. Karma here means to perform a devotion service for some cause. You are seeking for result. You are worshipping Krishna for some desires, materialistic desire. So bhakti should be devoid of that. And jnana means the purpose of jnana is impersonal liberation. So bhakti should be devoid of that, mukti. And there we discuss about, going back to Godhead and serving Krishna. Difference between going back to Godhead and the devotee praying that, Krishna, you keep me anywhere. I just want to serve you. Even devotee doesn't want to go back to Godhead. So initially that motive is given there. One should desire to go back to Godhead. When one makes more advancement, a devotee doesn't desire. He even gives up the desire of going back to Godhead. Krishna, you keep me anywhere. I'm simply satisfied with your devotional service. This is the first class devotional service, devoid of any material desires and philosophical speculation. You can have a speculation on philosophy, but if the aim is achieved, one's target of philosophical speculation, reading the knowledge or reading the verses, scriptures, if the target is Krishna, that is recommended. Otherwise, if the aim of philosophical speculation is not Krishna, it leads to impersonal liberation, mukti, Brahma Jyoti. Okay. Do you have any questions so far on this? I'm going very slow today. Or can we have a quiz? I hope you all have written.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Daya Mataji.
It's Shobha.
Sorry. Hand raised by Daya, so yeah, you're speaking. So just to tell you, Shobha is one of the very active and participating, engaging student in this class. So we appreciate your more participation. Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we can't say that Abhilashita means desires, as you explained now.
Abhilash means Mora Ehi Abhilash. You sing in Tulsi prayers, eh? I have only one desire, Mora Ehi Abhilash. Abhilash means desire, Abhilashita is motives. These are two different terms.
Okay.
Hmm?
Understood. Thank you, Babuji.
Okay. Daya Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
जी डायमंड लगाई दिया हाँ
असल में प्रभु जी, my question is like as you said that our motive, personal design is there, but our motive is to serve Krishna. So like if I have not I generally think if someone is living in Pakistan, okay, he can serve by living in Pakistan, but his desire is to go abroad. He can serve being in Pakistan also. Then to go abroad, for it is considered as personal desire. So where
But
is
the
motive?
what is the motive of going abroad?
To have a good lifestyle
Where is
and to
Krishna?
serve Krishna also there.
Yeah, obviously, if the motive is to serve Krishna, that is counted as pure devotional service. See, that is a part of introspection. What is my motive? You have to be authentic about your motive. I'm just going abroad just to enjoy life. Just to enjoy life, you know. If Krishna is not there, it won't be counted as pure devotional service. If Krishna is there, journey in the life of devotees, Krishna is there. Maybe less or more, but Krishna is there. So to the degree you have added Krishna with that motive, to that degree, it will be pure devotional service. Getting my point?
Yes, so I can conclude it like I want to like better my life there, and in that betterment of life, I want to serve Krishna also. So there's both things.
Yeah.
Motive
So
is also
initially,
there.
this is actually encouraged. Whatever you do, keep Krishna along with that. So you study well so that you can set an example for the devotees, people in general, that you are a very good student as well as a devotee of Krishna. So this is encouraged in the beginning of spiritual life. And when you advance in devotional service, motive will become more clear and clear. It's not that initially the motive is very bright. Okay, this is the reason I'm going. This Prabhupada is like, a pure devotee. I'm going to America just to preach. So he's going abroad. He's also thinking of going abroad. But his conscience is very clear. Only for the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Only on the order of his spiritual master.
But how can we serve Krishna without profession?
You can serve, particularly those who are doctors and this physiotherapists, they can serve devotees. And
Other than
it
this,
is not just serving devotees with your profession. You're setting an example for people in general. It's a preaching. You're very well educated. People think, oh, bhakti is only for who are illiterate, who can achieve anything in life. So you're setting that example for people in general. That is preaching. So that's the loudest message to the people in general. You can be a devotee and a doctor or physiotherapist. So that's a preaching.
Prabhuji, being like in medical profession, being in that, like there is a lack of consistency. Then how should we deal this problem?
Which problem?
Like a lack of consistency. Suppose I am chanting my rounds.
Okay.
I am chanting my rounds whenever I have a holiday or off day from my duty. I chant my round early morning. Early morning for me, early morning is 7, 8, or 9. This is like not a constant timing of waking up.
See, different things work for different people. I understood your question now. Different thing works for different people. But generally, what is seen? If you make yourself accountable to some devotee for your chanting and for your other sadhana that you want to perform, because you have in mind, I have to report to someone. So if we leave somebody, if leave the practice of bhakti on somebody's own efforts, whenever you get time, but in whichever condition you can do, and you're not accountable, that is a way. That is a point where your mind go haywire. Is distracted. When you make yourself accountable to someone for your bhakti, so you have to make a report to someone, and I'm answerable, right? Even some people have, in regard to their studies, they can't study. They are supposed to be studying longer hours, what they actually study. But if you make yourself answerable, accountable, so I think it becomes a lot more easier. hope this is one strategy. Obviously, if you are alone and on its own, to gather that strength and determination and that willpower becomes difficult.
No, Prabhuji, there's a thing like whenever I have off, like nowadays routine is very busy, so my chanting grounds are also being compromised. Okay, and before 10 days, if I see I have chanting very nicely, as compared to now, I was chanting very nicely. So because of this thing, our sadhana is getting compromised. So it is like somehow we lose the interest, the thing which is very necessary for us, like study and going to the like internship or training. So not giving best, they are thinking that but like it's totally like you said, no, you are setting an example, being a good in education and also being good sadhakas. So it's very difficult to manage these things. How we can set example?
I would say you take guidance for the same. A life, the golden rule in the life is balance. Somehow, everyone has to strive for a balanced thing. And people who have done something substantial in their life, they have lived a very balanced life. And it's natural to be distracted. Digression is very natural in the life. Digressing from your the main motto or the goal or the objective. So one has to be reminded again and again with the balance word. The golden word is the balance. So take guidance, particularly regarding your studies. See, devotee can help you with the chanting, your sadhana. Particularly, there are some academic good counselors. They can give you good techniques and tips. Even devotees can take that. And that's not materialistic activity. It's a part of your profession, other things. So basically, one has to be guided by the expert advice in any of the field. For spiritual life, devotees are there. For materialistic life, there are people in the expert in different fields of action. So one should. So here the point is taking guidance. One good thing is there, the kind of association you have amongst devotees and even amongst your peer members in your class, who are like your classmates, your peers in college, school, wherever you study. So the kind of association you have kind of target aspiration and objective that you make. So it is very much affected by your association. So in overall, the word is take guidance. If there is something missing, you can't manage. Obviously, a devotee has to set an example, but there are difficulties. Ups and downs are the ways of the life. So one has to learn through it. So that way, I think you can conquer it. So Kashif Tharani Madaji, something you have to say?
Yes, Prabhuji, as Daya Mataji said that she's a student and it's difficult. For me, it's very difficult to manage such things like reading and chanting complete rounds because I am a homemaker. I have two daughters, a family, joint family. So it is very difficult. Sometimes it is very, very difficult to attend even this class. This was very difficult for me to manage, but somehow I managed. So that's the point that as I have completed my studies before 22 years ago. So it is very difficult.
Can I interrupt you? Can I interrupt you? I understood your question.
Yes.
Life is difficult for everyone. Life in itself is difficult for everyone. It's not that I don't have time. Nobody has time. Time is the single most currency that we have. We give our time to somebody and he gives us money. The only currency that we have with us is time, right? And the good thing about the time is nobody has time, but time has to be created. Getting the point? And whose time? Time is Krishna. If you give your sincere time to Krishna, the quality time to Krishna, Krishna will give you intelligence, how to utilize time in the service of Krishna and how to manage your times. I'll give you one golden formula today. How can you control time? We often hear devotees, we don't have time for chanting, we're lagging behind. You will see when you complete your 16 rounds early in the morning, the very first thing that you do in the morning. After completing your 16 rounds, you will see You have to-do list, you know, you have your homemaker, somebody's a professional, somebody's a student, somebody's working somewhere. After completing your 16 rounds, you will see you have so many things in your to-do list, and you will complete the day with those to-do lists. You will complete all your to-do list, and you will still have some time. That is the magic of chanting 16 rounds. And vice versa. Other way around is, if you don't complete your rounds, 16 rounds in the morning, whatever, 8, 10, whatever round you chant, you will see the time is just going away. You still have a lot of things to do. And the time is like, it feels as if it's slipping from your hand. So if you chant your 16 rounds early in the morning, you will control time. Because Krishna will give you intelligence how to control time. And by that way, you will also develop Satoguna, early morning chanting. The same thing we described yesterday also. The spiritual activity, which is done in the morning hours, has greater impact than the same activity done in other part of the day. So nobody has time. Time has to be created. The whole world is crying, I don't have time. Some people say I'm killing time, you know, I'm passing time. Nobody can kill time. Time is Krishna. It's the other way around. We are being killed by the time. Time is the impersonal representation of Krishna. Krishna descends in the form of time to give us this opportunity to remember Krishna. If this world is created, if you see the Bhagavad of the first, second canto Prabhupada, this world is created under the purview of the time. What is time? Time is the destroying potency of Krishna. By the influence of time, everything is destroyed. It's a destroying potency of Krishna. By the time Krishna destroys everything. And the same time, if you use in service of Krishna, I'm saying the quality time. When you chant in the morning time, it has to be quality time. You give your time to Krishna, the quality one. And Krishna will give you intelligence how to utilize time. Because time is nothing. Time is Krishna. Kalo Vasmi. So time has to be created. Nobody has time. Those who have created biggest empire, they have lived a very regulated life. There's no other way around. So that is why Krishna also says, one who's regulated in his habit of eating, sleeping, and recreation can mitigate his material suffering. First 6th chapter, right? The last verse. Yukta har viharasya, 6th chapter. You can reduce your suffering simply by regulation. So the golden one again is regulation. Bring yourself to the discipline. The single most quality required in this world to achieve anything tangible success is discipline. Okay, and make yourself accountable. Different things work for different people. Make yourself accountable, answerable to someone. Somebody should ask you, what are you doing? How many hours you're studying every day? At what time you chant your rounds? How many hours you're studying your scriptures? Somebody should ask you. This is why I'm asking you, no? Did you complete your first chapter, second chapter, preface, introduction, and so forth? Just to keep you on toes. Otherwise, I can just, it takes a lot of energy to prepare for the class, especially NoD, which is one of the very important subject. Okay. So far, we discussed about the qualification of pure devotion service, characteristics of pure devotion service. Who can tell me the 3 characteristics of Swarupa Lakshan and the other Tatasa Lakshan? Who can volunteer now? Not Krishna Priya Mataji. Beena Kumari Mataji, yes, please, you volunteer. I was waiting for you to raise your hand. She's one of the very sincere. Have you seen, observed Beena Kumari? She's always writing, hearing and writing something. I don't know, she's hearing not. Good. She doesn't know what is going in the background, but she's just kept writing.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh,
What was the question?
you lost me. You lost me everything. Caution is, tell me the 3 characteristics of pure devotion service. Primary and Tatastha. I have to go forward, otherwise.
Prabhuji, the recent you elaborate data, Sarupa Lakshans and marginal.
Tell me those Lakshan.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll say one proverb or adage in Hindi.
Anupulana and Anukulana and Sheelan. Three.
Anukulena. No.
Bhakti dedicated to Krishna and incarnation and pure devotee and
हिंदी में कहते हैं कोशिश जारी है, हाँ? या फिर कोशिश कहीं जा रही है. कोशिश जारी है. Efforts are, continuing. कोशिश कहीं जा रही है. No, don't write this. This is not part of pure devotion service. It's just to make it fun. So, who can tell? Who can tell?
Prabhuji, may I?
Mehak Mataji, can you tell?
Hare Krishna. Anushilana. Prabhuji, I can't remember.
What to do with this class? No, I know one or two students, they know. I want everyone. Let me tell you again. Okay? The definition of pure devotion service.
Yes, Tatastha Lakshana, it tells what bhakti is not like mixed with material desires. No?
Good. It means still the devotees are not getting anything. The way they're speaking. Okay. Write it down again. The definition of pure devotion service. The definition of pure devotion service has got two characteristics. Pure devotion service has two characteristics. Swarupa Lakshan and Tatastha Lakshan. Swarup Lakshan are, in the definition of pure devotion service, Anukulena, Anushilanam, and Krishna. Which means bhakti should be favorable. I can show you, otherwise, if you're so confused. Jaya Mataji, is it, do you have this practice of sharing PPTs with the students so that they can come revised, prepared with the...
Yes, Prabhuji, we can.
I don't know, somehow the devotees... Okay. This is called Swarup Lakshan. Let me share my screen. You need to make me host.
I have made you the host, Prabhu, just now.
Good. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this is a verse, but somehow it is not in Balram font. So Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadina Vitam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhakti Ruttama. This is in your module as well. This is the definition of pure devotion service. This is what Prabhupada is talking about in the introduction part. The definition is when first class devotion service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires, knowledge obtained by monistic philosophy, which is impersonalism, and fruitive action with the desire of some fruits. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. Okay? This definition of pure devotion service has two characteristics. Swarupa Lakshan means essential characteristics. Tatastha Lakshan means marginal characteristics. Okay? Essential characteristics of this definitions are Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam. Anukulena Krishna and Anushilanam. Tathastha Lakshans are Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmadi Anamritam. These are marginal, additional, which modifies the essential characteristics. The first one, the Sarupa Lakshan. So Tathastha Lakshan modifies the Sarupa Lakshan. Tathastha Lakshan means marginal, Sarupa Lakshan means fundamental, foundational, or essential characteristics of pure devotional service. Bhakti should be pure. In order to make bhakti pure, the bhakti should be towards Krishna. Here Krishna means three things. Krishna, his personal expansions, and his pure devotees. Anukulena means bhakti should be favorable. Anushilana means bhakti should be a constant activity by following the parampara system. Okay. Marginal characteristics are Anya Abhilashita. Abhilash means desire, Abhilashita means motives. One may have personal desires, but the motive should be to serve Krishna. And this can be applied to anything. Obviously, as being a human, in the human body, we might have personal desires for self-preservation, for health, for different things. But the motive should be to serve Krishna. Jnana Karmadi Anavitam. Devoid of Jnana and Karma. Karma means I worship Krishna with some desires. And I'm reading scriptures. Jnana means with a desire to merge into impersonal effulgence of coming from the Lord. Okay. Anukulena means favorable. Anukulena here means intention to please Krishna. This is. If you don't remember anything in NoD, at least remember intention to please Krishna. This is bhakti. I would still appreciate if you could just remember this thing. Intention to please Krishna. Write it down somewhere in the you have on the wall, wherever. Okay. So this is definition of pure devotion service. Let us come to chapter first. So Jay Madhuri, anything, do you think something is remaining? Oh, everything is covered.
प्रभु जी आपने किसका नाम लिया है मेरा या
जय जय
Jay,
का
Jay
लिया
Madhuri. Only you, Madhuri.
Okay, okay, Prabhu. Prabhu
Is
ji,
it
I feel like everything has been covered. Yeah, like.
good? So Jay Madhuri did our Bhakti Sastri. I think year 2022, right? So let us go forward with the chapter first. The chapter first describes characteristics of pure devotion service. What is the effect of pure devotion service? When you do pure devotion service, what happens? It's not consequences, but the effects in that sense. Okay, now let me show you the slides again. Otherwise, you might get confused. Good. Can you see now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Effect of pure devotion service, characteristics. Those were the characteristics of pure devotion service. Now you may be confused. Again, there are characteristics. So you can read it out like effects of pure devotion service in that sense. Effects. Again, I can tell you, these are the 6 effects of pure devotion service. You can write it down. Kalesha Agni. First you write Kalesha Agni. Kalesha means Garma Andado Kalesha Indodane. Kalesha, material distress. Kalesha Agni. Second is Shubda, all auspiciousness. Kalesha Agni means, you write it down, relief from material distress. So many devotees are saying we have this problem, difficulties, just in the questions. Bhakti will give you relief from all material distress. There's no material anxiety in Bhakti.
Prabhuji, can I say something?
Chayo?
First of all, Prabhuji, तमाम भी सोच रहा हूँ तो केड़ा बार मिले.
No. This is the best batch which I've ever seen in my past. I would say teaching for 5 years so far.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have
just to encourage you on that note, I mean, don't be discouraged with that. In my I think understanding, we have 1,000 students of Bhakti Sastri graduated with us. So this will be 1,001 batch, 1,000 students, they have done Bhakti Sastri. And probably this is not probably, I'm sure, this is the best batch ever we have had so far. Usually it's the same. So yeah, don't be discouraged with this. It takes time because you're reading NoD for the very first time. So it takes time to grasp different technicalities and definitions.
Prabhuji, can I say something more? I have written something. Is it okay or not? Please tell me. These are 6 characteristics of your devotional service. Klesha Agni, Shubhada. It brings all good fortune, which gives all auspicious, peace, happiness, respect. And third one is Moksha, Laghu.
Just a minute. Where did you write happiness and happiness is okay, but respect came from where? Your own interpretation?
Like respect, peace, happiness, not respect.
No. I'll tell you again.
Okay.
You put a cross to this. Some things are okay. Not put a cross because the definition of bhakti. On a different page, write, which I'll tell you now again, one by one.
Okay.
In a short format. Okay, I need complete attention. I'll not take any question for next 10 minutes, just to explain this 6 characteristics of devotion service. Okay, so please forgive me for next 10 minutes. Okay. So these are the 6 characteristics of pure devotion service. I hope you can see the screen, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Kleshagni, right? Relief from material distress. Shubhda, all auspiciousness. Third, moksha lagutakrit. Moksha lagutakrit. It derides the happiness of impersonal Brahman. It derides the happiness of impersonal Brahman. Now, next is Sudulabha. It is really achieved. Am I fast? Or should I slow down?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Sudulabha means really achieved. Next is Sandra Ananda Visheshatma. Sandra Ananda Visheshatma. Bhakti gives condensed bliss. And last is Shri Krishna Akarshini. So we are doing this course on Bhakti, Rasaal Sindhu. We are defining what is Bhakti. What is the effect of Bhakti? So first we describe what is Bhakti. Before that we describe what is Bhakti Ras. We describe mundane Ras, the history of nectar of devotion. Then we discuss the definition of pure devotion service, Swarupa Lakshan and Tathastha Lakshan. Now we are discussing the effect of pure devotion service. And these effects are felt or experienced at different level of performing of execution of devotion service. So Kaleshagni means relief from material distress. Shubhda means all auspiciousness. Moksha Lagutakrit means it derides the happiness impersonal Brahman. Sudalabha is it is really achieved. Sandra Ananda Visheshatma, it gives condensed bliss. And Shri Krishna Akarshani, it attracts Shri Krishna. Now, let us take one by one. In just 5 minutes, I'll summarize everything. So, pure devotion service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Okay, this definition I've given you. Now, let us take the first one again. On the level of sadhana bhakti, there are 3 kinds of bhakti: sadhana, bhav bhakti, sadhana bhakti, bhav bhakti, and prema bhakti. This is just the introduction part again. I mean, chapter first. On sadhana bhakti, 2 of the 6 symptoms are manifested: Kaleshagni and Shubda. If one is doing sadhana bhakti very seriously, following all the rules and regulations, chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regular principles, and following the order of the spiritual masters, superiors, engaged in devotion service, Kaleshagni and Shubda will be manifested. Okay? So when you become so advanced, you have a bhava for Krishna. You know now your relationship with Krishna. 2 more symptoms will be manifested. Moksha Lagutakrit. You will derive the happiness of merging into the effulgence of Krishna. Brahma Jyoti. And this kind of bhakti bhava for Krishna, genuine emotion for Krishna, with relationship with Krishna, is really achieved. It's called Sudalabha. This will be manifested in bhava bhakti. And at the level of prema bhakti, we say, we want love of Krishna, Krishna prema. So when you have prema bhakti, you will experience condensed milk, not milk bliss. Sorry. Just like condensed milk is there, so much bliss serving Krishna, because you're always feeling the presence of Krishna. And that prema bhakti is attractive to Krishna. It attracts the attention of Krishna. Even Krishna becomes controlled or purchased. That lolyam is there, that much greed is there. Now, so this is a summary. At prema, last 2 symptoms are manifested. At bhava, the middle 2. And at sadhana bhakti, first 2 symptoms are manifested. So why do we have material suffering? Why do we suffer? Now let me summarize for you. We discussed that. Now first, who can tell me the 6 symptoms, effects of bhakti? Or shall I take your name? Not Daya. Barka is saying something. Okay. One who can tell me without seeing will get a special reward from Jaya Mataji. Rest. So Madhuri, we still have to give Barka Mataji one gift. She told correct answer yesterday. And one more, maybe Shobha Mataji also gave partial correct answer, right? Yesterday. So according to gradation. Oh yeah. Veena Mataji, can you tell me the 6 effects of bhakti?
Prabhuji, number 1 is Kaleshani, which means free from all the material effects. Number 2 is Sudirba, which means all auspiciousness. Number 3 is Moksha. Prabhuji, I forgot the Sanskrit word. Moksha.
The English. Tell me the English one. It's okay. Not the Sanskrit.
Number 3 is it drives the happiness from Brahman. And number 4 one is it's rarely achieved. And number 5 is number 6 is it attracts Krishna.
Tell me number 2 again, then you will get the prize.
Number 2, all auspiciousness.
Good, good. I think she deserves the prize, Madhuri. So
Yes,
good.
give her.
So So Veena Kumari Maji, I have understood. If you have understood, I think rest of the class is there. Good. Now let us take the first one. Why do we suffer? Why do we have material suffering? Physical and two. We have two kinds of suffering, right? Physical and emotional. What is the reason? Hitika Mataji, yes. Hmm. No, we can't see. We can't see. You can write. Sorry.
Ignorant हुए हो and देखो असांजे पिछले जन्म में कर्मन उन्हनि जो रिएक्शन जो हुयो
Your voice is not clear. Can somebody translate? You can write it down if your voice is not clear. Some noise is also coming. So let us cover the other part. We suffer, we have material suffering because of three things: avidya, papa, and material desires. These are the cause of material suffering. Now, papa, sinful reactions are of two types. So, see, due to avidya, ignorance, we commit papa. And papa has two reactions, sinful reactions. One is called manifested, which you already have got. And second is called which you will get in the future, which is in storehouse kind of thing. And these are stored and will be given in future point of time. So when one commits sinful activities, two things are there: instant reaction or delayed reaction. So when a sinful act is committed, okay, you get a suffering that's there, or you will get suffering in the future that is there. That's the first part of it. Second thing is you get this proclivity or what do you call disposition or tendencies to commit sinful act again, which is called kutam. Kutam, you write proclivity or tendency, you can say, in short, tendency. Kutam means tendency to commit sinful act again. And this tendency gives rise to sinful desires. First, you write kutam means tendencies to commit sinful acts. Kutam, you write tendency to commit sinful acts. And then you make an arrow down. This gives rise to material desire, sinful desires. Obviously, you have tendency. Now it will manifest as desires. And desires, put one more arrow down, will manifest as sinful action, which will have two effects: immediate and delayed. Immediate effect is called, you put an arrow down, prarabdha, and delayed sinful action, which will come to you later, is called aprarabdha. So this is called the cycle of sin or cycle of sinful reactions. One commits sinful acts because of ignorance. Now let me show you one diagram. I think you'll be more clear with that. Just give me a minute. I can also give you one book if you need. If Jaya Mataji can tell me if we are allowed to do that.
Yes, Prabhuji, we are allowed to do that. We can do that. We can
So
share.
this is called Waves of Devotion. Otherwise, the devotees were asking me for notes. So they'll be themselves clear. They can read themselves. This is the reference studies, not the main study, based on act of devotion. Just give me a minute so I can show you this example. Okay, this is, here we are. Okay, can you see this now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this is not properly written. but it is kutam. Beja means bijam. Rest, I think, is more or less clear. So, see, because of vidya or ignorance, one has sinful desires. Based on sinful desires, one commits sinful actions. Sinful actions are of two types, gives two kinds of reaction. Immediate, manifest reaction means which you have already got. And unmanifest, which is a store reaction. And one part of the store reaction is sinful disposition, tendencies, or proclivity. These are synonyms. Disposition, tendency, proclivity, or an urge, in simple words, an urge to commit sinful act again. And when one has this disposition and urge, one will desire sinfully and again action. So there's kind of a vicious circle. How is it starting? By starting from the avidya. It's a circle on a continuous basis. So the root cause is avidya. So the root cause of suffering, our suffering, is that avidya. Now somebody asked this question, so let me clarify since we are revising. How devotees should think. So there are three kinds of mentalities in the life of devotee. Oh, sorry, there are three kinds of mentalities, but what is the attitude of a devotee in regards to difficult and problems and suffering? So immediate reaction of a materialistic person in regards to suffering and difficult time is he blames or she blames situation, people, surroundings. Sometimes people blame Krishna, God also. Those who are more advanced, they blame their own self, that these are my karma and I have to go through it, part of my suffering. So I'm responsible for it. So these are my misdeeds and I have to go through it. There is no Krishna still there. So second person is more advanced because he's not blaming others for his situations, not people, circumstances, situation, and even Krishna. The third part, the attitude of a devotee in regards to suffering is he sees every situation is sent by Krishna, is the blessings of Krishna. So he doesn't see problems, sufferings. Obviously, it's there. He has to go through it. He tolerates that, and he sees as the blessings of Krishna. So based on my actions, and Krishna generally uses your karmas to purify us, right? And when the karmas are finished, eradicated completely at the level of bhava bhakti. Till that time, we have karmas. Karmani nirdhanti kintu cha bhakti bhajam. When one attains the level of bhava bhakti, one has developed that relationship with Krishna, then all the karmas are eradicated. Till that time, we have karmas. As we make progress, Krishna purifies those karma. Okay. Now, next thing. Kaleshagni, we have discussed, we are suffering because of four things. This four papas. And the good thing about the bhakti is, it nullifies the reaction of all the four things. Everything. Now, Shubhada. In order to become something all auspicious, it has to have four things. First thing is, it benefits everyone. It attracts everyone. Third, it develops good qualities. And fourth, it offers superior happiness. This is about Shubda. Rest is very much clear. You can read yourself. Now, next thing, chapter number 2. So we discussed about the definition of sadhana bhakti. What is sadhana bhakti? So let me share with you now the sadhana bhakti. So far clear? Let me clarify you again. So first we started off with Bhakti Rasa, Mundane Rasa, and then we discussed about the definition of pure devotion service, and we discussed Swarupa Lakshan and Tathasa Lakshan. Then we discussed the characteristics of pure devotion service, effect of pure devotion service. So first two symptoms are manifested at the level of sadhana bhakti, next two bhava bhakti, and third is prema bhakti. So 6 symptoms are fully manifest at the level of Prema Bhakti. Now, there are three types of Bhakti: Sadhana Bhakti, Bhav Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti. Gradually, one by one, we'll discuss. Now we're discussing Sadhana Bhakti. What is Sadhana Bhakti? So, very definition of Sadhana Bhakti is, so this is our like course of action, the syllabus sort of thing for this course. Samanya Bhakti we have discussed, the general description of Bhakti. Basically, the 6 characteristics means the general description of Bhakti, Samanya Bhakti. Then we have Sadhana Bhakti, 2nd chapter to 16th chapter. Then Bhav Bhakti, then Prema Bhakti. So Prabhupada discussed there in the beginning that journey devotion service is a continual process from one's previous life. No one can take to devotion service unless he has had some previous connection with it. So we all have generally some previous connection to the devotion service, which is called Agyat Sukriti. Devotion service, the pious, Agyat Sukriti means the pious credits of devotion service. Here and there we have taken some prasadam, we have served devotees, served the Lord, or a lesser or more level, whatever. Different gradations are there. So some bhakti we have performed. Bhakti means the connection of Krishna. We have served Krishna, Krishna's expansions of Krishna's pure devotees. And second thing Prabhupada talks about, even if there is no continuity. So much we discussed about this, as we are preaching, so we come to the kind of audience. So we, as a preacher, we are giving opportunity. And receptivity is there with the audience based on his price or the Agyat Sukriti. Agyat Sukriti means the bhakti is done previously. Agyat Sukriti. So the more Sukriti one has of bhakti, he will have more taste for bhakti. He will have more faith in bhakti. He will have more attraction in bhakti. So this is based on what? The kind of Agyat Sukriti or bhakti you have performed in previous lifetime. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, bhakti is never finished with one's life. Suppose somebody has done 10% bhakti in previous life, he will start from 11% in this life. So bhakti is never finished. It's a permanent asset. It's a permanent account, like, balance in your account, spiritual account. So even if there is no continuity, so in the course of preaching, we happen to come across some people like who are very rigid, argumentative. It's very difficult for them to accept bhakti. They don't feel any attraction. It takes a lot of time for them to put a faith on the process. So this is, they have very less or no Agyat Sukriti. They are kind of people. So even if there is no continuity, if only by chance of a person takes interest in a pure devotee's instruction, if he happens to meet a pure devotee, and if he accepts the instruction of pure devotee, he can be accepted and advance in devotion service. This is about Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti, the very definition means action of the senses which produces the stage of bhava. When you engage your senses in service of Krishna, you clean the temple, you decorate the deities, you keep your deities at your home, you make offering, you prepare bhoga for the deities, engaging your action. You engage your engaging your senses. So the point is, when you engage your senses, the mind will follow. So which will produce the bhava stage of bhava, emotion for Krishna. Okay. Then we discussed about the bhakti we already have, the Krishna prema, the relationship with Krishna we already have. As being a soul, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We have eternal relationship with Krishna. So by practice of bhakti is like a child learns or practice to walk. Similarly, Krishna consciousness cannot be aroused simply by practice, because actually there is no practice. You have Krishna bhakti already in your heart. Simply by hearing and chanting, by following the process, it is revived. It is revived in that sense. So can somebody read this definition?
When we wish to develop our innate capacity for devotional service, there are certain processes which, by our accepting and executing them, will cause that dormant capacity to be invoked. Such practice is called sadhana bhakti.
Okay. Just a minute. When we wish to develop our innate capacity for devotional service, there are certain processes process which by our what is the meaning of innate? Anybody knows the meaning of innate? Innate capacity for devotional service. That's what I need to.
By
Innate means
birth.
natural.
By
Yeah,
birth.
by birth, basically natural. Natural, by birth. Yeah, good. Some people say innate talent, they have God-gifted talent, God-gifted thing, sort of. So we have that God-gifted capacity, natural capacity for devotion service. And there are certain processes by which, by both accepting and executing those processes, will cause the dormant. So bhakti is there already in the heart. It is in dormant stage, and it will be invoked by practice of sadhana bhakti, by following the process. One of the processes is chanting 16 hours, and following other principles. Okay. Prabhupada says here, sadhana bhakti means is a pushing process. As soon as the energy comes, then automatically pushing. One has to push himself or herself to follow the process of devotion service, even though there are difficulties. Even though there are difficulties, one has to push himself. So, inspiration of sadhana bhakti is what? Sadhana bhakti is performed. We are on the level of sadhana bhakti, on the order of the spiritual master and the words, instruction of the scripture. This is a major consideration in sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is performed on two prominent consideration: orders of the spiritual master and the instruction of the scriptures, shastra. And the inspiration for the sadhana bhakti is also two types: Vedi sadhana and Ragonunga bhakti. Vedi sadhana and Ragonunga bhakti. I think I missed that part in that. Just a minute. So you write sadhana bhakti is of two types we discussed. Vedi sadhana. Vedi sadhana means following rules and regulation for devotion service. You write following rules and regulation for devotion service, or devotion service under regulative principles. Better way. Yeah, I missed that. I must show you this again. So this is the last part, then I think we're done. So far we have covered this much. The rest, when you read this, then we'll see. So I'll give you all PPTs. Sequentially, you can see with so sadhana bhakti is of two types. Vedi sadhana bhakti means devotion service according to regulative principle. Ragonunga bhakti means when bhakti becomes spontaneous, when one has attraction and attachment for Krishna. Prabhupada says when one becomes a little more attached to Krishna and execute devotion service out of natural love. When there's an attachment for Krishna, it's called Ragonunga bhakti. Okay. So sadhana bhakti has two types. Vedi, according to rules and regulation. The definition of sadhana bhakti means in general is engaging your senses in service of Krishna. That's a sadhana bhakti. Practice to be a devotee of Krishna. Sadhana means one has to have an aim. Sadhana is aiming at something. It means sadhana has a practice has a goal. Prabhupada says any practice without goal is useless. When we are doing bhakti, we're just completing our rounds. For what? The goal is Krishna. That's how we discussed yesterday, the Prabhupada's pastime. I want Krishna. The want of Krishna is wanted. So bhakti means to generate that want of Krishna. At present, we are not wanting. We have to create that want of Krishna. I must get Krishna. I want Krishna in my life. So sadhana bhakti means engaging your senses. Sadhana bhakti has two types. How to engage your senses? According to Vedi bhakti, according to regulative principle. Ragonunga bhakti means after following the regulative principle, following the process, we'll describe overseas 64 limbs of bhakti later. But after following the process, what will happen? you will have natural attachment for Krishna, love for Krishna. That is called Raghunav Bhakti. Now, you're not forced to do bhakti. It is a natural thing for you. And this is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Karita Prachar. Lord appeared to propagate devotion service in this world on the platform of spontaneous attraction, natural attraction for Krishna. That is called Raghunaga Bhakti. So Vedi Sadhana Bhakti means, first type means, when there is no attachment or no spontaneous loving service to the Lord. One is engaged in the service of the Lord simply out of obedience to the spiritual master, to order the spiritual master, and in pursuing of the scriptures. Such obligated service is called Vedi Bhakti. So two things are there: order of the spiritual master and pursuance, following the scriptures, basically. What is the essence of sadhana bhakti, Vedi sadhana bhakti? To always put your mind in Krishna. Some or other, always think of Krishna. Remind yourself of Krishna. Always think of Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is the essence of Vedi sadhana bhakti, because it is not natural for us to think of Krishna. We like more kachari, doing kachari than think of Krishna. So we can do kachari about Krishna also. So think of Krishna. And we also discussed yesterday one of the symptoms of an advanced devotee. Nindadi shunya hridayam upasita sangalabdhya. A person is devoid of criticizing others. Somebody asks devotees, what kind of level of devotees we should associate? The kind of devotees who is devoid, and they'll be very rare. That's how the bhakti is rare, because we get bhakti by mercy of pure devotees. And such devotees are very rare, who's devoid of criticizing others. Okay. I'll give you one exercise today for your home, because we'll meet after a week. So you remind me, criticism fast, you remind me later. We'll discuss that. So always think of Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is essence of all the rules that we follow. Essence of sadhana bhakti, Vedi sadhana bhakti. Okay. So we are done so far. We have covered everything. So I don't expect you to remember everything by now. Now we'll send you all the PPTs, and there's a reference book also, Waves of Devotion, for detail if you have a lot of time. So you can use the reference book as well. We'll give you more clarity in terms of sequence, how the book is flowing, and it will help you to understand and analyze Prabhupada's purports. How Prabhupada has written this book, in which way Prabhupada is going us through. Okay. One, practice criticism fast. So one fast for the Kartik. Yes, is criticism fast. People try, I think I know in different communities in India, try not to do prajalpa, criticize devotees or criticize anybody else, because that is one of the quality which make oneself advance in devotional service, devoid of criticizing others. So always remind of Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is never forget Krishna. So let me revise again. So far, what we have done. Okay, what we have done so far is we have discussed mundane rasa, bhakti rasa. Then we discussed about the definition of pure devotion service, which has got two characteristics: Swarupa Lakshan and Tathasa Lakshan. Swarupa Lakshan are Anukulena, Anushilanam, and Krishna. Krishna here means three things: Krishna, Krishna's personal expansions, and Krishna's pure devotees. Now, Tathasa Lakshan, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Abhilashita here means motives. We cannot make our desire zero, but we can make motive one. That is to serve Krishna, to satisfy Krishna. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Bhakti should be devoid of jnana and karma. Karma means I do bhakti and please Krishna give this favor to me. Fruitive activities. And jnana means I don't want mukti. Basically, I don't want mukti. The purpose of Gyan is Mukti. Krishna, please liberate me somehow. Obviously, we pray Krishna to liberate us from material suffering, and we may always be engaged in service of Krishna. So Bhakti is devoid of Gyan and Karma. Karma here means people want impersonal Mukti. Sayujya Mukti, which is called Sayujya Mukti. So this is Tathastha. Next, the description of Samanya Bhakti, 6 characteristics. Kleshagni, distress, relief from material distress. And distress is there because of 3 things: Papa, Avidya, and material desires. So then we describe Papa, the cycle of sin. When one commits sinful activities, there are immediate reactions that you get, and there are delayed reaction. Immediate reaction is prarabdha, delayed is aprarabdha. When there are actions delayed, before that there is a proclivity, there is an urge, tendencies. Then one develops material desires. When one has material desires, he will act sinfully. He will react. He will take sinful actions. Commit sinful actions. Then Bhakti is Shubhada, all auspicious. Bhakti is Moksha Lagutakrit, means it derives the happiness of merging into Brahman. And Bhakti is Sudalabha, very rarely achieved. Pure devotion service is very rarely achieved. Who wants to achieve pure devotion service? You want pure devotion service? Okay. And good. Okay, now lawyer, everyone we want pure devotion service. What should we do for pure devotion service?
Engaging our senses in the service of the Lord.
Firstly, we should do sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti, like regular.
Two things. Yatan and agre. Yatan and agre. 2 things are there: efforts and prayers. Yatan means efforts means, okay, obviously engage your senses and every day pray to Krishna. Please award me pure devotion service, and please remove all obstacles in my pure devotion service, in my service to Krishna, to you. Please make my bhakti very pure. And when you pray like this to Krishna, be cautious. When Krishna removes your obstacles, be prepared actually. So we should mean what we're praying to Krishna. When Krishna does that, later we should not regret, oh, what did I pray? So prayer should be sincere and something that you can follow yourself. Know that Krishna, take my everything, please make me surrender devotee today only. One Maharaj, Bhakti Dheer, the Vasudev Maharaj, he told me personally, he was praying to Krishna like this: Krishna, please take my everything. I want to be fully surrendered devotee. And Maharaj told later, after a few days, I had a major accident. And Krishna took away from me everything. And I was thinking, later, one should pray according to one's level. That's Maharaj's conclusion. One should pray according to one's level. What you can. In Kartik also, we take so many vows, Vows means it is a serious commitment to Krishna. Something you have committed before Krishna should never be broken. That's serious. Patthar ke lagi, na? So that way. Anything we can say before Krishna, okay, Krishna, I'll do. We have New Year resolutions, Kartik resolutions, so many things. And it's a good thing. People, at least devotees, at least try for it. But commitment and vows that, I've taken Kartik vows. It's a serious commitment to Krishna. So I think we have done so far the sadhana bhaktis, engaging your senses. Sadhana bhaktis is of 2 types. Vedi sadhana bhakti means there's no attachment and spontaneous loving service for Krishna, but one is acting on the orders of spiritual master and in pursuance to the scriptures. And when you get purified by engaging yourself in your senses in service of Krishna, you have attachment for Krishna. That is called Raguranga Bhakti. Now you have attachment. When you chant, you feel intense separation from Krishna. And the devotee also cries for Krishna. But he doesn't show it publicly. So 2 things are required, Jatin and Agre. One should pray every day. And second, one should make efforts for Bhakti. Okay, so we have summarized everything so far we have done in a nutshell. in a synopsis way. So anything, you have anything to say? Question, comment?
Prabhuji,
And
can you repeat that effort and prayer Sanskrit word?
Yatan and Agre.
Yatan Agre. Yatan.
Yatan means Yatan. I think it's a Sanskrit and Hindi word as well. Yatan karo na. Koshish karo.
Yatan. Efforts.
Just make efforts. And
Other one?
Agre. Agre means
Spelling Agre.
Agre.
A-G-H.
R-A-Y.
R-A-Y.
Agre. Agre means pray to the Lord. The only thing we can do is pray to the Lord. Shobha Mataji. Yes.
Prabhuji, what is the difference between Yatan and Jatin?
Jatan. I think
Jatin.
it's Jatan karo, Jatan. Yes, it's more or less same thing. More or less
There is a boy in our class, Jatin. What is difference between Jatin and
Jatin. Acha, Jatin. He must be knowing his meaning. Jatin. I don't know. I don't know. He is in library. He can't explain the meaning. He can write on chat box. One makes happy, Jatin. Yeah. Good. So, Bhaut, ठीक है. So, सब इनके डियारी जी लख लख शुभकामनाएं थे. So, happy डियारी. संतान जे घर में सदा डियारी. हाँ, आज भी डियारी, कल भी डियारी. In the house of devotees, Diwali is always there. Because devotees always worshiping Lord Rama. Any question? Otherwise, we'll just conclude for the day. Anything you have to say? So we have summarized everything, and hopefully we're meeting the next week. Is it okay? We are Krishna Priya Mataji, if you're there, we are meeting the next week. We are
Yes,
meeting
Prabhu.
Friday.
We are not going to meet on Saturday. Like tomorrow, there is no meeting. This
Okay.
next meeting is on Thursday. There will be His Grace Shauna Krishi Prabhu, and on Friday, His Grace Rasaal Prabhu will continue the NoD. Saturday and Sunday again there will be holiday, and then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Rasaal Prabhu again continue the NoD. And then on Thursday, on 30th of October, there is His Grace Anattuma Prabhu's class, and then you all are free. Then Atul Krishna Prabhu will come and Vimla Prasad Prabhu will come.
Basically, you have a week off. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also happy I have a week off. Every day, it gets late. ठीक है?
Prabhu, I think Hitika Mataji want to say something. Yes, Hitika Mataji.
Chayo Mataji, Sindhi ma chayo. Hope if your Wi-Fi is also good. Please.
साधना भक्ति छा होंगे.
साधना भक्ति छा थींदी तई. साधना भक्ति जो मतलब आहे भक्ति जेड़ी जेके भक्ति rules and regulation they अंतर करना पईंदी. छा the bhakti means which is performed under rules and regulation.
जेकी फोर्सफुली असां मतलब गुरु
फोर्सफुली करनी पईंदी आहे. गुरु मां जी आज्ञा लाइ
पंहिंजी डिजायर सां न करे बट शास्त्रनि जे हिसाब सां जेको लिखियल आहे वो.
Yeah, same. And obviously, when you start devotion service, you develop desires gradually, slowly and gradually. So it may be started with that, there's no attachment for Krishna, and you're following rules and regulation. Just like you're worshiping Tulsi, you're following Kartik Vrata. So that's the bhakti, which Shastra says one must keep the vows in Kartik Mantha, one should worship, one should offer Deep Dana. So this is all part of bhakti. Okay. Anything else? So Jaya Mataji, you are there or? Okay. So I think who deserved the awards? I think rewards. One is
Beena.
Beena Kumari Mataji. I think one.
Barkha and I think Shobha.
Okay. So next time make a point. I'll take a quiz. Every time when we come, we'll have a quiz for 10 minutes. With Jatin Prabhu, you can write on the chat. We'll include you as well because you can't speak, but at least you can write. Good. So next time you revise chapter number 1, 2, preface and introduction. We'll have a quiz for 10 minutes. Komal Mataji, last question and then we will leave.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. प्रभुजी मूंखे इहो पुछणो हो त दीपदान जो कोई परफेक्ट टाइम है या कोई भी टाइम ते करे था सघूं?
Jaya Mataji will tell you. Out of syllabus. This will come later. How to execute devotion service.
Okay.
You can ask Jaya Mataji. She will tell. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Happy Diyari.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Krishna.
His Grace Rasaal
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Happy Diwali.